A vast place like Montana may not seem like the most practical place to own an electric vehicle, but there are charging stations popping up all across the state, oftentimes in the most unlikely places, like right here in Custer, Montana. With a population of just over 100 people, there may not be much to see in the small town of Custer, Montana. In fact, you can see from one end of town to the other. That's why this stands out like a sore thumb.
That particular charging station is actually one of the first that was installed in the state of Montana.
Brandon Whitman is the CEO of Yellowstone Valley Electric Cooperative. This charging station in Custer was the first they've put up, and for years remains the only one they've installed.
We thought maybe because of that spot on the interstate it would be utilized.
And 135 miles down the road in Big Timber is a similar scene. Robin Parker is making a pit stop to charge his Tesla, one of the 5 stops he and his wife mapped out on their 670-mile drive from Spokane, Washington to Sheridan, Wyoming.
Easy off, easy on, whereas in your larger cities, sometimes it's a little more difficult.
Parker knows he's in the minority. Last year, electric vehicle registrations accounted for only 0.1% of all vehicle registrations in Montana. But demand for electric vehicles is growing.
They usually all sell before they land at the dealerships.
Blake Underreiner says the demand is growing so much so that if you were to order an electric vehicle today, it would take about 3 to 6 months to arrive. And the charging infrastructure along interstates like I-90 reflect that demand.
Montana has tons of charging stations and are building more charging stations each and every day and month.
This is one of 91 stops across Montana with an electric charging station. Now, with the approval of President Biden's plan, you'll soon see many more with $900 million in funding flowing to states like Montana. The goal is to install 500,000 new chargers across the country, although Whitman says installing a rapid charging station is expensive.
Talking, an investment over $150,000 just to put a rapid charger in.
It's an ambitious goal, but one that could bring more visitors to communities like this, so long as popularity for electric vehicles continues to grow. In Custer, Haley Monaco, MTN News.